Hello, everyone. This is kind of just a sit down and chat video. I just did not really have it in me to get the webcam and background and green screen and all that stuff set up for this. So you are just going to get gameplay or some other generic thing going on in the background. So I apologize, but with that being said, it's been a bit here. I have just honestly been pretty busy and out of the game when it comes to modding and all that kind of stuff. My life is just continuing to evolve, and as of late, my child is getting close to turning 1, and he is much more mobile than he used to be. So I cannot just kind of like plop him down somewhere to sit down and work on modding and other such things. So that's a little bit more of my time and energy. And then we're also looking for a place to move out to, and I'm looking for a job. And then on top of those things, just regular adulthood, taking care of our space and the animals and all of that kind of fun stuff. So that's a pretty large reason or reasons as to why content and guides and whatnot have kind of slowed down, and my activity has also slowed down a fair bit. On top of that, I just haven't really had any sort of major spark or drive for modding or making those modding guide videos for a while now. I set out to make videos and guides to help people get their foot in the door, find the resources a little bit easier, and kind of help direct people a little bit. And in a lot of that time, I've learned a lot more myself and have been able to put out more things and make cool things myself and see a lot of the cool things that other people have made. And I have gotten a lot of thanks from people as well. But on top of that, the whole process of learning something brand new and then trying to kind of dissect it in a way where I can then try to explain it on several levels for people to kind of understand from generally wherever they're at in their modding journey, and then regurgitate that information for them, can be draining, to say the least. And then there's always hecklers and people that are just difficult when it comes to making guides. Why didn't you do it this way? I can't understand you. Your voice is annoying. I can't see what's going on. Blah blah. Just general haterism, which doesn't really deeply bother me very much. But it is definitely not a motivator for me when I don't really actually get anything out of the time that I invest, which wasn't a problem when I had a lot of time to invest, but now I don't. So you can kind of see what I am getting at with that. But just as like a little bit of insight to you guys, I to this day still get many messages and DMs every day of people asking questions on how do I do X or Y, which again at one point wasn't as much of an issue because I had time, but the more that I have put out in terms of content for guides, the more that people have taken on this expectation that I am going to drop everything at any time to problem solve them through any problem. And that is just not the capacity that I am working at. That's not the capacity that I ever intended to work at with doing any of this kind of stuff. And obviously that is a small percentage of the people that come through for help or use my videos or anything like that, right? But nonetheless, it is consistent every single day, and it has been consistent every single day. for almost the entire duration of me doing this, especially over the entirety of this last year. And then I don't respond instantly, and then people get mad, or they call names, or get salty, or whatever the case. And it's just relatively unenjoyable to deal with that, because I've never wanted to turn off my notifications or block DMs from people specifically, because I want to be available to help people, but it has gotten to that point where I now have my inbox filtered to just not accept anything that I don't specifically deem acceptable or whatever. So if you've been trying to reach out to me in a nice, friendly capacity and you haven't heard anything, I apologize. Like I said, it is truly the minority of people that I engage with that are unappealing in that capacity. So it's, if you think that it's possible that it's you, it's probably not you. You're probably not an issue. You know, the other thing is Elden Ring is such a huge game, and it has done so well, and there's so many people playing it and now getting into that modding scene with it and trying to do stuff with it. But the game is continuing to evolve and get updates, and so are the tools for modding. And so I put out a video or a guide, and then sometimes that video or guide is good for months and months and months, and sometimes something gets updated or changed and that video becomes partially obsolete in a matter of weeks. And I just don't have the time to re-record the same things over and over again for every single update of something. Whether, you know, I want to or not is a whole other thing, but I quite literally just do not have the time to do that. So, you know, TLDR of that blurb is, I'm not going to be doing modding videos primarily going forward, at least for right now. I just don't have the time or energy or desire to sink into that pit of doing that. You know, the free time that I do have, I'm spending that, you know, playing games that I enjoy. A lot of those are the Souls games. Some of you have seen that I stream those. But I also play other games like Destiny. I play survival. I do all sorts of stuff with friends online, or if I'm not doing that, I am spending time with my family or my child, or I am relaxing, trying to just take a break from dealing with my child. And the last thing that I want to do, in all honesty, is feel like I'm taking that free time and baby stepping people on the internet through something that has been explained many times over. And that's not a jab at anybody. Like, not everybody that looks for videos on how to do stuff sees the prior videos and doesn't start from a point of knowing stuff. But I just don't have the time or willpower to guide people through all of the earlier steps to get them caught up to current things. Like, you know, go to your mod folder. What is that? Okay, well, open up your file explorer and go to your game directory, or open up your mod engine, and, you know, a lot of time it's like, okay, well, what's that? Where is that? How do I do that? And it's like, I love you and I appreciate you that you're coming to me for help, but I cannot explain to you how to use File Explorer on your Windows or whatever device. Every once in a while, don't care, but man, the frequency is absurd. It's like, come on, son. I believe in you. You can figure it out. So it's just kind of turned into the ramblings of a madman at this point, but content going forward for me will continue at strange sporadic rates for right now, especially because I'm in the process of trying to move out and find a new place and get that part of my life adjusted again and all that. So it will also be very, very stream focused. I like streaming more than anything else when it comes to content creation. I just like hanging out with people while I'm playing games, chatting, all of that kind of stuff. You know, the people over at my Discord, I seriously feel indebted to them because of the amount of fun and enjoyment that I've gotten out of getting to know people there and the relationships that have been built there. And that Discord is going to continue to stay up, and I hope that it continues to grow, and I hope that it continues to offer help to people who need help with modding, and that the resources there continue to be of use to people. But I just, when it comes to modding, I just want to play the mods now. I don't really want to make them, and even less so, I don't want to dissect a game on my free time as much anymore, because I just don't have that time. So if you stuck it out to the end of the video, pat yourself on the back. You're super cool, and I appreciate you, and I hope that we can continue to be in this for the long haul, no matter what shape that ends up taking. So thank you for being a part of the first bit of our journey in the world of modding and tutorials, and thank you to those who are jumping on board now or later, and in whatever that looks like going forward.